Gentlemen, the time has come. The John Wall Holiday Invitational is back. After a year away, we missed you all so dearly. We really did. We're coming back, and we got a location change. Wake Tech North Campus for the 27th through 30th, as well as a bonus day before Christmas, December 23rd, at the place John Wall used to call home, Word of God Christian Academy.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Simmons, your thoughts on just being back before we get into the team?
We're back.
It feels so good, man. It feels so good. Last year, like truly like in the deep pits of it last year.
I was sick.
COVID was at its worst point in the country, basically, and we were all sitting at home that day or two after Christmas. We're like, we should be in a packed gym with all our friends and family.
Like I was spending time with my family and friends, and just like, damn, I don't want to be here.
No, I don't want to be here.
I want to be at the John Wall.
Be at the John Wall. Well, guess what? This year you can be, and we're all going to be there, and it's going to be an unbelievable event. More teams than ever before. 4 brackets, 26 teams. It's loaded. It's going to be a special event. We cannot wait for it. And let's start it off. Let's just go bracket by bracket. First off, TJ Warren bracket. TJ Warren doing his thing in the NBA. Great scorer. Played at NC State. Played at Word of God. Went to Brewster. And it's big smoke. First game to talk about. Opening round. Word of God Christian Academy taking on JL Chambers. Smoke.
Big smoke. Big guard matchup. Freddie DeLeon versus Jalen Curry. You got Gardner versus Sanford. That's a big time opening round matchup.
It's a statement game for Chambers and also a statement game for Word of God. Like both teams, I mean, Word of God, the Wall back. Like if you're Word of God opening night, like you want to put on the show at the crib. And if you're Chambers, you want to walk in somebody's trap, take over their trap. And if there's any team, if there's any kid that can do that, it's Jalen Curry. Straight like that.
Now he's coming to his own in the last summer, and they also have a lot of really good emerging pieces. Daniel Sanford just committed to the University of South Carolina. They got Nick Dorn, younger brother of Torin, who has become a Division I bona fide 3-and-D guy, like a really, really talented kid. And then we all know about Mario Hansen, the young forward from CP3. So they got a mob coming in to Raleigh, and it's going to be great to see them. They're taking on Word of God. We know about them. Freddie, Nuke, Brandon Gardner, Makai Grant. They got a mean bunch as well. Next up, Combine Academy. We've seen what they've done early in the year, establishing themselves to have a title to defend, the Hoop State champions. They're taking on Virginia Episcopal School, who has been in this event before and always has collegiate level talent in that next round. What you got there, Rod?
Absolutely. Jaden Epps is going to be a fan favorite here at the John Wall this year. Once he gets going from 3 and that 3 balls falling, Big Pat sitting on the rim, this is going to be a fun team to watch.
You know how a combine feels about environments like this. Jeff is going to be on 100,000, and I echo everything Rod is saying. He broke that down perfectly.
Absolutely. So the next one, Winston-Salem Christian takes on the visiting Southern California Academy led by Julius V, one of the best trainers on the West Coast. They have 8 high major commits. They're loaded. Led by Michigan State commit Jackson Kohler, traditional back to the basket, has a lot of Jokic comparisons. Big, strong kid. They got Amari Abram going to Texas A&M in the backcourt. Isaiah Sellers going to USC. We can go on. And Winston-Salem Christian is going to try to rep the Hoop State in this one.
I'm really looking forward to the matchup between Big Christ and the kid going to Michigan State.
Jackson Kohler, yeah.
Because I actually had a chance to see him this summer. We played against him when we played for Strive for Greatness. And he's the goods, bro. Like, mid-range game, low post game, can step out and stretch it. Like, really looking forward to this matchup because both of these bigs are very skilled.
But one thing I know about Coach Antonio Lowe, like he lives for big primetime matchups. This is another matchup that he wants. This is the event that he wanted to be in, and he should be fully loaded by the time Christmas comes around. So that's gonna be a great game.
Definitely. Looking ahead, last first round game of this bracket, the TJ Warren bracket, Wake Tech North Campus, December 27th. Be there. Moravian Prep, Eli Ellis. This is an event, man, where he has a chance to really, really become a star. And they're taking on the Boozer brothers. So it's a 2025 battle. Columbus High School is making the trip up from Florida. The Boozer brothers, the twins, 2025 kids, versatile, kind of inside-out forwards, taking on the Ellis brothers and Moravian Prep. And you can write a book about the storylines in this game between the class rankings, the two sets of brothers going at it. Simmons, what you got?
National stage for Eli Ellis. It's a difference when you earn it. He's earned the opportunity to be on a national stage at the John Wall. We just saw him a few months earlier, and you know what he's going to bring to the table. In this environment, I think this is going to be a team that all the fans love because they shoot so many threes. Like, I can literally picture the whole gym. Woo, woo! I can see it right now.
Eli Ellis is going to have a Ryan Harrell type effect in the John Wall. When Ryan Harrell walked into the gym with his team, we looked and was like, nah, they're not it. And when you look at Moravian, when they walk on the court, you can say, oh, they're gonna get clapped. When Eli Ellis gets going, he let the thing go from three. He's flexing on people. He's putting people on his hip, putting them in the basket. He's gonna turn this crowd all the way up.
Facts.
I don't know if there's a better big moment kid in North Carolina than Eli Ellis right now. So he's ready for it. It's going to be an unbelievable game. Excited to have the Bruiser brothers come up. Hopefully Carlos makes an appearance as well. Obviously, Hoop State Connection.
Leave the Beijing at home, Carlos.
Oh, it's getting spicy like that early.
Bacon, Carlos. Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm weak.
Looking ahead, Devontae Graham back there. Devontae was a North Carolina legend. Always great to have him represented in this event. Broughton High School, where he went to high school. He's an alum, taking on Life Christian and Hansel Emmanuel, one of the most special and unique athletes this country has ever seen. Like, not just basketball. The kid has one arm, and he is a dominant physical force. Simmons, what you got?
Pray for Broughton. That's what I got. Listen, man. Their AAU team is majority their high school team.
Yeah, SOH Elite.
And it's not just him.
No.
Like, they have a mob, but like, Amzo's different, bro. Like, he's really different because it's like, I haven't seen an athlete with his ability in a long time as far as speed wise at 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Like, he got the Euro step, he got the step back, the catch and shoot three. Like, when you see him, like, you're gonna realize that he's just special. Like, he's just one of those kids that is, the cameras follow him, man. It's hard to explain it because it's like when you watch him play, you just get stuck and you in awe.
No, I'm definitely looking forward to that battle. Broughton's led by a guy, Will Otto, one of the better 2023s in the state as well. They had kind of like a lopsided matchup against Farmville a couple of years ago, and they almost pulled off the upset in the first round. So, if anybody's capable of doing it, we can see what Broughton has to offer, man. Yeah, now Will's coming to his own, and it's a big opportunity for him on a big stage. So we'll see what he can do as a local Raleigh kid. Rod, I want to throw this one to you first because it's a 2-5-2 battle, public-private, in this first round. Farmville Central. They're getting to the point where they're getting more rings than fingers at this point. Larry Wilford's done an unbelievable job, and Rob Salter right there with him, leading the Greenfield School into it. Rod, what you got? Between two legendary coaches with multiple state championship rings. Rob Salter has over 550 wins as a high school coach. He's trending in that same direction as a guy like Freddie Johnson. That's going to be a great game between two teams that play really, really hard. Greenfield's led by Aaron Murphy, headed to Queens and Hampton, 2024 Hampton Evans. That's one of the better 1-2 punches on the eastern side of the state, in the state of North Carolina, period. And Farmville, they're still Farmville. Josh Short is looking to take that leap this year. He's gonna be another guy in the John Wall Holiday Invitation that people are really going to love. Josh Short, Aaron Murphy, that's a big time matchup. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Hampton Evans because that's my dog. Like, can do it all. 3-and-D, off the dribble, play above the rim. Never forget that game winner he had in Kinston, bro. That kind of set his career off. Nah, for real. He's a big shot maker and taker. So that's going to be a big time matchup. Looking ahead to the third game in the Devontae Graham bracket. Hey man, this one December 23rd. So we'll go through the games. This one's at Word of God. This is at Headliner at Word of God, December 23rd. Millbrook High School, the Burlington School. Public-private matchup. TBS taking on Millbrook. A new face in North Carolina that people are going to want to know. Colt Langdon. Very, very talented freshman. Simmons, what you got in this one? This is going to be spicy. It's going to be real spicy. It's at the God, so it's going to be a lot of people on top of the court. It's going to be a big-time matchup. New look Millbrook team and TBS. And the thing about TBS is they definitely want to come in here and try to put themselves in a position to win another championship. Kadai Briggs, Kobe, Zion, Avion Pender, Big Mike. Like, it's going to be a great game. A great matchup between defending state champions. This is going to be probably standing room only game people want to see. Millbrook lost a lot last year, but make no mistake about it, Coach Davis is going to have this team coached up, ready to play. They're looking to defend what's their crown. Definitely. It's going to be a good public versus private battle. Next up, North Met. Just
a cream of the crop program in the state of North Carolina, making a big-time John Wall Holiday Invitational appearance, taking on Archbishop Spalding and the best dunker in high school basketball, Cam Whitmore, going to Villanova. Played with Team Mello this summer. Just a highlight waiting to happen. Simmons, what you got in this one?
Rip drive, I rise. Alley-oop, I rise. Listen, bro, Cam is different. Real bouncy.
I'm actually mad that he didn't choose UNC. I know he went on an official visit and they were in their final three. I would have loved to see him here in Hoop State, but yeah, Whitmore is the goods. I'm looking forward to seeing that North Met backcourt with Jordan Crawford and Davion Cunningham. I think they're gonna put a lot of points up on the board. Maxwell Coles as well too. They got a good bunch over there. They're well coached as well too, so we know they're gonna come in ready to play.
Yep, 2024 at North Mech, Isaiah Evans tracking as a high major kid. Very, very gifted. He's gonna have a breakout weekend here right after Christmas at the John Wall Holiday Invitational. Next up, Kobe White bracket. Asheville Christian taking on Callaway, making the trip up from Mississippi for their second appearance. And this is an opportunity for Deontay Green to show, hey, I'm the best senior in the state of North Carolina. What are y'all talking about?
No, absolutely. I think Deontay's pissed off.
He feels disrespected by his own state.
I was gonna say he definitely feels disrespected. He feels like he's undervalued, underappreciated in the state of North Carolina. And I think an event like the John Wall Holiday Invitational can go a long way, him getting the respect that he feels he deserves.
Me personally, I love the disrespected Deontay Green because when he's angry, he's different. And the thing that we know is he has a bag. Tray ball, off the dribble, post moves, and he will punch on you and pop off.
Yep. And they've also, that Asheville Christian team, they brought in James Wilkins, they brought in Dante Oliver. So they have pieces around him that can really help them repeat as a champion. And Deontay, like he's on a mission. Like he's truly a man on a mission this year. So he's got a chance in the John Wall Holiday Invitational, and it's going to be a great game. Next up in that bracket, this is also December 23rd at Word of God. Terry Sanford High School, led by Davis Molnar. Fayetteville representation in the John Wall is always good. Taking on Northwood Pittsboro with Drake Powell, who's another kid kind of in a similar mold to Molnar as a big playmaker. Rod, what you got?
That's going to be a fun matchup between two really good high-level players. Davis is a Swiss Army knife, does a little bit of everything. I'm on record saying Davis is probably going to have a game. He's going to probably have a triple-double here in the John Wall. Yeah. Just because he's the do-everything guy for Terry Sanford. They've surrounded him with guys that are shot makers, so they'll be fun to watch.
Definitely. So Chris Clemens bracket. Next up, these are all North Carolina teams. It's going to be a battle. Both of the first round games for this are at Word of God, December 23rd. Garner High School, local team, always. Just whether it was Coach Eddie or now with the new regime, like it's always been a power in Raleigh public school basketball.
Young Comey, Gorilla, it's your time, brother. You at the wall, your jersey fitting slim tight. I need it ripped from the baseline.
One thing about Garner is going to bring a crowd, so they're going to have that place rocking. So it's going to be it's going to be an interesting environment for them.
Definitely. Next up, that is going to be a big time game. A lot of talent on the floor. Trinity Academy taking on Northside Christian Academy. Wesley Tubbs.
But hold on. Sergeant Guile is in your way.
Sonic Boom!
My dog Noah Rose, I need it. Bender Earth, I need it. Brian Burrell, I'm shouting you out. What you gonna do?
It's gonna be a great matchup between two good teams. Also, Sam Perez headed to High Point, another guy who's a shot maker, does the dirty work for Trinity. That's gonna be a fun game to watch.
But it's Wesley Tubbs. High task, gonna be a high-level game, traditional powers. But just seeing Northside early on, I think by this time they're gonna be clicking at all cylinders. And what we know is this. Wesley Tubbs is floating events earlier this year with no socks, dressed up with Cartiers on. So ain't no telling how he come in the wall. He gonna be different.
Definitely. And guess what? We just went through the 4 brackets, but there's another little caveat for the people. And that caveat is Brewster Academy.
Oh!
Brewster Academy is led by, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it will probably be the opinion of others here in the next few months.
Talk that talk, Pasta.
The #1 player in the 2023 class, Matas Buzelis. He's a 6'10", perimeter-oriented point forward with a rat bounce and feel. He is as special a player as you'll find. We know Brewster's always loaded. They've been in this event before. We have 3 showcase games to talk about. I want to break them down one by one with Brewster. They're taking on the Burlington School. TBS is getting ready for a big-time challenge. This is probably the biggest game they've played in the history of their program.
Facts.
And it's an opportunity for them to make a statement, and Brewster's coming in here with other ideas. Simmons, what you got?
Whenever Brewster comes to the John Wall, they introduce a talent to the United States, bro. Like at the end of the day, like when Brewster comes, like they always put on the show. We saw Terrence Clark, we saw Jalen LeCue, like we saw a lot of kids. So with what you're saying about this new kid, I just can't wait to see him.
No, absolutely. A tall task for the Burlington school, but you know, when you want smoke, you got smoke in front of your face.
Yep, absolutely. Next up, Brewster, Word of God Christian Academy. This is one that the city of Raleigh needs to come out for, and I'm sure they will. Word of God on paper has as much talent as anybody in North Carolina. This is an opportunity for a guy like Brandon Gardner in that 2023 class, going up against two kids in Taylor Bowen and Matas Buzelis to make a statement. Rod, what you got?
No, absolutely. This is going to be a good game. You know, actually, Word of God and Brewster played, I think it was 2018 when Jalen LeCue had the monster dunk as well. So this is, you know, two teams that are familiar with each other. You know, Coach Smith is going to bring his Brewster team down here ready to play.
When you think of the John Wall, you think of games like this because you know, like, this was the one that's going to be sold out. Like, this is one going to be sold out, popcorn, the whole nine. Can't wait for this game. Also, this is an opportunity for Freddie, man. This is a big, big opportunity for Freddie on a national stage to show his worth.
Jaquan Moore as well. It'll be a big time matchup. Last up from the Brewster side, they're taking on NC Good, Better, Best, a first-year program getting ready to really establish themselves as a power in this state. We already saw them this weekend against Combine. They fell short, but at the same time, they're going to get better and better as they approach this game, and it's just another golden opportunity. Right, Simmons?
Yeah, absolutely, man. But when you get a chance for a national stage, like when you're a kid and you're a coach, like this is what you practice for. This is what like those jump shots are for. When you use your imagination, when you think about the gym, like for these matchups to happen for these programs at the John Wall, you have to want these opportunities and try to make the most of them.
No, I couldn't agree with Simmons more. For Coach Pat Cole and Good, Better, Best is an opportunity for them on the big stage to kind of be, like I said, even on the broadcast, more of an introduction to the hoop stage. A guy like Keon Webb is primed for a breakout in an event like this. You know, there'll be a lot of college coaches there too, so you know, it could be something that could kind of change the, you know, the trajectory of his recruitment.
1000%. So I want to tell everyone, December 23rd, Word of God Christian Academy. Get there early. It's not a big gym. We want the environment to be crazy. We want it to be wild. It's going to be rabid in there. Terry Sanford taking on Northwood Pittsburgh at 3. Trinity Academy, Northside Christian at 4:30. Garner, Ravenscroft at 6. And then at 7:30, it's that big matchup between Millbrook and TBS. So be there for that. Make sure you get there early. I'm sure the line will be crazy early. So just be there. Like, we want to pack the gym all year long. We just had a sellout at Carmel Christian. We want to continue to build on that and make sure everyone can see these games live. And if not, they'll be on the website, hoopstatelive.com. And then after that, December 27th through 30th, this is a one-year change. This is only for the year. Logistics with COVID, Wake County Public Schools, we just had to make it all work. But we're going to be at Wake Tech North Campus. It's a beautiful new facility. It's not quite as big as Broughton, but we're still going to pack quite a bit of people in there. And it's going to be a special, special weekend. We cannot wait to bring it to you. We are officially back. The John Wall Holiday Invitational in 2021 is here, and we can't wait to see you there.
We had the tag.